Thank you. Hello everyone, it's me, Samuel Taylor Ackroyd, and hello from Birmingham Airport in England. Today I am going to be flying back home to Edinburgh in Scotland with EasyJet on board one of their Airbus A320-200 aircraft without sharklets. Birmingham Airport is a very new airport for me, so I don't know what it's like. I don't know if it's good or not. So today I'm going to be finding out just that, as well as flying home with EasyJet. So I'm now going to head through security since I don't have any bags to drop off. So off I go into the terminal building after filming out in public rather nervously, as I wasn't quite as confident filming myself out in public as I am today. Once I entered the terminal building, I made my way upstairs to security since I had a mobile boarding pass and no luggage to drop off. Security took just under 15 minutes to clear today, and afterwards it was just a short walk to the duty-free store, which I passed through without buying anything. And little did I know at that moment what this journey today would have in store for me, as you are about to see. So I have now cleared security and I just passed through duty free, as I didn't really feel like doing any shopping in the duty free store. Security took just under 15 minutes to clear today and was relatively smooth. After I passed through the duty-free store, however, I went up to one of the departure boards to check to see if my gate was showing yet, and the departure board says that my flight is apparently delayed until 8 o'clock this evening, which I'm not all that upset about or anything like that, but I've got a good few hours to kill here at Birmingham Airport. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is the daily Emirates Airbus A380 that comes into Birmingham is also delayed, and it's showing as unknown as to when it's going to depart on flight radar 24. It should have departed a few hours ago, but it's still here. So in the meantime, the first thing I'm going to do is try and see if I can find the correct gate. That's the Emirates A380 is at, and try and get some views of it. So for anyone who might be travelling from Birmingham Airport in the future, a little tip, the windows that are adjacent to gate 56 here at Birmingham Airport offer some amazing views of the apron. As you can see over there, there's a 2A Boeing 737 MAX 8, and I can see the tail of the Emirates A380 just over there, so I'm going to head over there to try and get some better views of the A380. But yeah, you get some really good views of the apron from the windows that are adjacent to gate 56. So these windows are sure to please any plane spotter like myself. So luckily for us aviation enthusiasts, even though most of the views along this part of the airport are blocked off, as it's these sorts of gates that are blocked off by glass and are only available to those who are boarding the flights that are being boarded from those gates. If you go to the very end of this departure hall, right towards gate 41, you can get some great views of the Emirates A380s whenever they are parked on stand. So I ended up finding out some rather shocking news, and I think I might have discovered why my flight, as well as a bunch of other flights from Birmingham Airport, are delayed. I'm going to make my way back to the departure lounge and I will explain it in a bit more detail, but it took me by surprise, and I definitely did not think I would be
in the middle of one of these sorts of situations. So that crowd of people that you just saw were all queuing up to speak to the airline agents, probably in regards to the situation that is currently happening here at Birmingham Airport, where earlier on an Aer Lingus flight had to return here after something suspicious was found on board the aircraft. So there's no flights in and out of Birmingham right now, so everyone is going to speak to the airline agents to try and get their flights sorted out. Yeah, I don't really know what to do myself, to be honest with you. I had to get away from the area around gate 41 because it was boiling hot, and it's a very hot day today here in Birmingham. According to the departure boards though, and according to Flight Radar 24, my flight is approximately 2 hours delayed. Whether or not that's actually the case, I don't know, and only time will tell. But once it gets closer to the time, if I hear nothing about the situation, no further updates or anything, then I'm going to try and speak to a member of staff to try and get something sorted out. So I'm now back in the departure lounge, and it's much cooler in here. I also got a cold drink because I needed it because it was boiling hot, and it is boiling hot in the gate areas 1 to 20 as well. I was there a few minutes ago, just having a look at what the area was like, just because this airport is very new to me. Anyway, new updates. I got a notification on the EasyJet app letting me know that my flight was going to be delayed until approximately 21:35, I believe. However, soon after, they did send me another notification to let me know that they had apparently managed to shorten the delay to about 7:30 at night, I believe it said it was. But yeah, while walking around the terminal, I've heard quite a few people agitated on the phones to the airlines, to friends and family, letting them know about what's going on, because obviously this closure of Birmingham Airport, but I can understand why they're all agitated, because obviously their flights are delayed, and no flights are going into or out of Birmingham Airport right now because of this one flight where it had to return because of something suspicious being found on board. I don't know what that suspicious thing was or anything like that, but at least EasyJet are trying to do all they can to keep me up to date on what's going on with my flight. So I'm not all that agitated like a few other people are. Plus, this is a very good airport to actually spend some time in if your flight is delayed. They've got a few lounges here. They've got the Aspire Lounge, which is just right over there. I was just walking past it. And there's also the number 1 lounge, as well as the main lounge, the departure lounge, which I am in just now, which has plenty of shops to spend some time in, browsing, having a look if you're bored, and waiting for your flight. So I'm not that worried. If worst comes to the worst, I'll have to be put on to either another flight, or the flight will just be rescheduled, or I might have to be put in a hotel for the night. But I'm not all that worried, and I'm not panicking, unlike a few other people who obviously are quite worried. There's a lot of people over at the airline agent's desk, which is adjacent to gate 56 and 55. There's so many people there, so I'm not going to join the mob, and nor do I really want to add pressure to the staff who are trying their absolute hardest to help everyone out. I can't imagine how they're feeling right now. Yeah, so I'm walking around in circles here because the departure lounge here at Birmingham Airport basically is a circle because Costa Coffee is right in the middle of it, as well as the seating area. So it is basically like a circle. So I'm just going to sit down for a bit and enjoy my cold drink because I need it because I'm quite warm, and I need to take my coat off as well. So all this explains why my flight, the Emirates A380 that I was wondering about earlier, why it was delayed, and every other flight. It's all making sense now. What's funny is that I was actually tracking that Aer Lingus flight as it was returning. I saw that it was returning to Birmingham. It was en route to Dublin, I believe. Either Dublin or Belfast, one of the two. I can't remember off the top of my head. I saw that it was a few minutes away from landing when returning to the airport. I didn't really think anything of it though. I thought, oh, there must be a situation on board, either a tech problem or an ill passenger. I didn't think it would be a situation like this, so yeah. Good job EasyJet though on doing a good job at trying your hardest to keep me up to date with what's going on with my flight back home to Edinburgh. EasyJet are doing a great job at doing that. No doubt they're doing it with every other passenger for every other EasyJet flight out of Birmingham Airport. But anyway, I'm going to go have a sit down and I'll let you know if anything happens. Alright everyone, so I am now sat at the seating area around gate 40 and gate 41, and I have some very good news. Birmingham Airport appears to be reopening because the Sun Express flight to Antalya in Turkey is starting to push back, and the Turkish Airlines flight to Istanbul is currently boarding as we speak, and so is the Aer Lingus flight to Dublin. So that means that Birmingham Airport is starting to reopen, so flights are going to start picking up again. Even though flights might be delayed, I'm still happy with the fact that the airport is reopening and things are starting to get back on track. Alright, so our aircraft has just landed from Edinburgh, so I'm now making my way over to the gate 1 through 20 area of the airport, as it's one of those gates that the aircraft is going to be boarded from for my flight back home to Edinburgh. Just saw the Emirates A380 departing from runway 33. Absolutely incredible sight. I didn't film it or anything, as I felt like just enjoying the moment and observing it taking off. So yeah, heading to the gate just now as the aircraft has just landed, and so that means that we'll no doubt soon be boarding. Well, we'll be boarding once everyone from the flight from Edinburgh disembarks the aircraft, and then we'll be allowed to board the aircraft. So there's still a little bit of time, but it's a fair walk to that gate area from gate 40 and 41, where I just was watching the A380 departing.
This evening, our flight is boarding from gate 15, and no sooner after I arrived at the gate, the boarding process started to commence, and we were finally able to board the plane. The aircraft flying me back home to Edinburgh this evening is this now then 14-year-old Airbus A320-200, registered as Golf-Echo Zulu Tango X-Ray. My seat on this flight is seat 4F, which offers a fantastic view of engine number 2 on the right side of the plane. The boarding process ended up being done super quick because we were already pushing back after only being sat down for around 10 minutes. The boarding process ended up being super quick because we were pushing back after only being sat down for around 10 minutes. We pushed back at approximately 7:30 in the evening, so around an hour and 15 minutes late, and once the engines were started, we began taxiing to runway 33 for departure. For my first time departing from Birmingham, that was certainly a great takeoff with such lovely golden lighting, which for me personally made this delay worthwhile. I'm sure that all the staff at Birmingham Airport will be pleased to get their feet up once they got home after having to deal with a lot of agitated passengers. Anyway, here's a look at the seat. Legroom is good enough for someone roughly 6 feet tall. The seat back pocket contains a safety card, buy on board menu, and a sick bag. The tray table is very small, but it does extend, although you won't be able to put much on it. There is also a little coat hook on the side of the seat. A look at the safety card. The buy on board menu has a brilliant selection of duty-free items as well as food and drinks. On this flight, I didn't bother buying anything. The bathrooms on EasyJet's A320-200 aircraft are bigger than a lot of bathrooms on much newer aircraft these days. This one was clean and in good working order. Since our flight time is less than an hour long, it wasn't long before we started descending towards Edinburgh, meaning that I was almost home.
Welcome to Edinburgh. Local time is just approached 20.
We ended up touching down around an hour and 25 minutes behind schedule, which is no big deal to me personally considering the circumstances. However, the same sadly can't be said for all those who had their flights cancelled in Birmingham. Even though this was just a normal EasyJet experience, this particular experience stands out for me personally in a way, since this was my first time travelling on a flight that got delayed due to the airport being closed due to security concerns. In terms of cost, I paid £30.99 for the standard fare, which only allows me to bring a bag that fits under the seat in front of mine, plus an extra £18.99 to select seat 4F. That's a total of £49.98. Not the cheapest flight between the two cities, but this flight was booked just 11 days in advance, so that's still good value for money in my opinion. Great job to the staff at Birmingham Airport for coping with all the angry passengers as well as they did. And great job to the crew on this flight as they were friendly and attentive, and despite the delay, they were still kind enough to let me visit the flight deck before I disembarked. And thanks to the pilots for taking these photos of me in the first officer's seat. Once that flight deck visit was over, it was time for me to disembark and make my way home after a long day. Thanks so much for watching this trip report, and thanks EasyJet for the great flight. Stay safe, and I will see you all in the next video.